Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. And today we are discussing The Return, Part 7, originally aired on June 18th, 2017, written by Mark Frost and David Lynch, directed by David Lynch. I am the rewatcher, Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by the first-time viewer, Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And like I said, this show is friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. If this is your first time joining us, I hope you have watched up to this point at least in Twin Peaks, because everything before it is fair game and everything before it can come up this week, as we have a pretty major character making their first major appearance. So it's very exciting. But nothing after this point will get spoiled. As I said, Joseph has never seen it, so that's the name of the game here, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. How did you feel about Part 7? There's a body, all right.
There is, yes, and I finally have gotten more Diane. I feel like what I wanted last week, which was very, very nice, and yes, the Garland web keeps going a little bit deeper, and I'm still obviously trying to figure it out myself. I think I'm kind of in the camp of he's got avatars, or I don't know if this is his body that died in the fire somehow, but was he in his late 40s? Is that about right? Whenever I last saw him, I'm trying to think about how old he was, and it's like, nah.
Given what the military officer says later in the episode, you know, if Garland Briggs died 5 or 6 days ago, he would have been in his early 70s. 25 years ago would have been late 40s.
So, okay. So, yes, it's like, I don't know. It feels like this is the first time a body has popped up. So there's a lot of details of the 25-year gap. I keep screaming in my head of, like, I need to know what Mr. C was doing in these 25 years. Now I need to know what Garland was, because it seems that he has been up to stuff, even though he has been dead and gone. But bro is still up to many, many things. And I feel like he is speaking from from the I feel like his body, like, Blue he did actually Rose. Die in the Earth sense, but no, he's still very, very much around, and trying to pull strings, I feel like, or to nudge things in the right direction if he can, is my read on him. But yeah, why the murder, or like why to cut off his head and to place it like this? You know, this seems that it's been done for 25 years or so, and like they've been getting the government on a chase, and it feels like Mr. C is at the top of all of this. And he's been kind of getting the army or whoever to kind of chase around, and it's never him, but the fingerprints are there. What's going on? But now, I don't think it's a coincidence that the switch has happened. The 25-year, cycle is up, and now we see a body. I think like now we have
an actual body. Yeah. And we've spoken to it a couple times throughout the show, the way that the Black Lodge, White Lodge, and stuff kind of exists outside of time. There is, is this future? Is it past? Yes. Is Garland Briggs a victim of, maybe he did die 5 or 6 days ago, but it was 25 years ago.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's and that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense in Twin Peaks, So that's why I'm like, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here, and I'm excited for it to unfold for you. This is obviously one of the only things in the episode that I really cannot talk about that much. I'll just let you go nuts, and I will listen to it. And I'll just kind of say the most obvious shit, like, yeah, he died 5 or 6 days ago, but it was 25 years ago. That's what the episode literally says. So, but
yes,
yeah, we got a scene-by-scene breakdown for you here, and I'm excited to dig into it. And we'll start with a stoned out of his mind Jerry, just off his gourd here, calling Ben, saying, "Someone stole my car." "Someone stole your car? You said it too." "I don't know where I am." Yeah, poor Jerry, man. Been here. Not fun. Not literally here, but mentally here. Yes. Kind of.
Wow. That's I not until this very second am I thinking of this, but Dougie had his car stolen, and Dougie has no fucking clue where he is right now. And this
That's true.
Yeah, it feels like
Dougie, however, did not have his car stolen.
Well, yes,
he did park his car there.
But he does,
and then fake Dougie or the model Dougie took his keys into the Black Lodge.
Yeah.
And he couldn't take his car.
Damn. Yeah, so kind of stolen in
kind
a way,
of stolen,
you know, and
kind of
like,
stolen.
you know, like he tells
reported
the police,
stolen anyway.
Yes, and stolen. You know, even Dougie's like, yeah, stolen, or you know, he's saying it is. So yeah, my headcanon right now is that Jerry got so high that he somehow
connected with
Dougie's or Coop's consciousness, and and we got a little bit of Coop coming out of Jerry, but no,
I like that headcanon. That's not bad. Well, and because like obviously I was being facetious a second ago, and I was like technically not stolen because you know whatever, 100% purposeful that they have two things in this episode where someone goes, my car was stolen, I don't know where I am, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't just it's not just coincidence that Jerry is experiencing a similar effect as Dougie as Coop, but yeah, we'll accidentally clicked on a link here in the fandom, my bad. But we will move forth to the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department, where Hawk shows Frank the pages he found in the bathroom door, revealed to be the missing pages from Laura's secret diary, and it is mentioned that one page is still missing.
Okay, interesting.
One of the pages is a direct reference to Fire Walk With Me. Whenever Annie appears to Laura and tells her that the good Dale is in the lodge and can't leave. Yes. I'm here with Dale and Laura. Me? I love that it's it's in quotes and exclamation points and question marks, all that good stuff. Another page details Laura says, "Now I know. I'm crying so hard. Now I know it isn't Bob," which Hawk sees as evidence that Leland found and hid the pages during one of his visits to the station, likely when he was being interrogated for the murder of Jacques Renault. Which all tracks. That all makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I put Leland in the group of people who I thought could have left it there. Again, you know, at the very beginning of the show, no way it could be the dad, you know, shot it could be the dad. And I think here, maybe I'm
you forget, there's a lot of people who come through the sheriff's station. You're more thinking about people who are there frequently. He only goes there like twice, maybe 3 times. And one of them is when he dies there. So it's not like, it's not like he had a lot of time to do much besides that. So is it just that he had them on his person and then had to frantically get rid of them? Or like, it feels, if you wanted to get rid of these pages, the second you tear them out of the diary, you destroy them. You rip them up, you burn them, you do whatever. You don't, I don't know, maybe he just put them in his pocket or whatever, I don't know. But this feels more of this isn't going to make sense now, but it will make sense in 25 years, and the correct people will find it, and it will be, you know, a clue to move forward. It feels more of like a good force putting these here instead of Leland or Bob being like, "Ooh, fuck, shit, we got to get rid of these. Let's put them in the sheriff's office stall door." You know, or I guess he is in the police office. They might frisk him. I get it does make logical sense what Hawk is saying, but it still doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Leland. No, yeah, I mean, like if it's Leland trying to hide it, it's an unquestionably dumb move. However, it's also not really a spot you would ever expect anyone to find. Yeah, you know, who's going to look inside the stall door of a bathroom in the sheriff's department. Now, fuck, there's a toilet right there, dog. I mean, wait, why didn't but you know, the unreliability, you know, maybe. If it clogs or something, you know, you can't throw it away because you can't throw it away because what if they find it in the trash, you know, like and the relationship to fire is questionable enough to I don't know why he wouldn't just burn the pages, but given the I don't know. Leland and Bob were so sick that if I remember correctly, he even confronts Laura and has the pages when he does it. And is like, you were gonna tell, like something like that. If I'm not mistaken, that might have happened in Firewalk with me.
Yeah, and this one missing page, I guess I don't, like, what, I'm trying to remember if these 4 pages were shown to me before. And I do know what's on this other page, or is it actually still because I can't remember.
I can't remember either, honestly.
So
and that's not me being dense. Mm-hmm. I just can't.
Yeah, because this feels like all of the important stuff, like all of the reveal of the, what is, I know it's not Bob, I know it's my dad, and then also Annie and Coop being mentioned, in the first, like those are 2 pretty big things. I'm trying to think of what else she, the other page, what it could be.
Right.
Yeah,
I can't recall off the top of my head if it even comes back around at all, or if it's just that these were because if I remember correctly, I think Coop even assesses in the original run of Twin Peaks that the pages missing from the diary must have implicated Leland. Like he doesn't know that, there's no evidence of it, but he's like, it's the only logical explanation as to why they would have been torn out. It's the only logical explanation about why they would be missing, he expected that must have been the case. So maybe it's just more, because even of the 3 pages we see, we only see 2 of them. We only get to read 2 of them.
Yeah, it was 1 and 3. It was like, all right, this one is important. All right, we'll just skip over this middle one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's filler, diary filler, whatever. But okay. But yeah, I guess I'm still. I think it could very well be Leland. I'm not like
no, you're not
throwing
that
opposed
to that
out.
Idea. No, but I like where your head's at, because the log lady kind of being able to feel it, and or the log feeling it, and her being able to transmit it, as it were.
Yeah,
doesn't exactly indicate, I don't know, negative intention for sure, but. Hawk is also puzzled by the claim that Cooper could not leave the lodge, as Harry himself saw Cooper leave the Black Lodge with Annie. And he says Annie, he expects, is Annie Blackburn, a woman who was here 25 years ago who went to that place. And he says the only explanation, he says, well, if he saw Cooper leave the Black Lodge, then that was not the good Cooper. And Frank's like, yeah, I gotta call Harry, see what he thinks, because none of this makes sense to me. But he calls Harry. He's like, he's gonna ask him, but he asks after Harry, and he decides maybe not to bother him with it after he seems to get news that Harry's condition isn't getting better.
Damn. Yeah. And like, I don't want to say, I don't know, I guess it could just be a disease. It feels like it's like cancer a little bit, or something. It's just, like, please beat this for me, like, do me a favor.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, I think that's the implication is cancer.
Like, oh, I was like, man, and like, because like I really did want to know. I'm like, yeah, what does Harry think of this? Did he always have this feeling that something was off with Coop whenever he came back, or I feel I would like to know that response. But then after hearing this, I'm like, oh no, you know what? No, Harry, you've been through enough.
Find your
man.
peace, brother.
Yeah, you've been through enough, but yeah, I didn't think of Annie. Like I clearly know good Coop is in there, and bad Coop is the one who is out. But did the same Annie?
Annie is kind of, we saw her in The Missing Pieces. In that coma, that last little bit in The Missing Pieces where it takes place after Twin Peaks, like at the end of Twin Peaks, they take her to the hospital. She had the green ring, and a nurse takes it and all that, but she wakes up to say exactly what she says to Laura when she appears in Laura's dream. So when it comes to Annie, there's this interesting limbo I think she's kind of existing in, where like mentally she's stuck in the lodge, but physically she's in the real world. Yeah. Now, where Annie is at this point, I don't know. I
gotta know. She's the Diane now. Now that I know Diane is real and we're seeing her, I'm flipping back to Annie now.
Is Annie in a coma still? Is she dead now? What's going on?
Need to know.
Need to know. We'll go to Andy next, where he interrogates a local farmer regarding his truck, as it is the same one Richard killed a young boy with earlier. And the farmer refuses to explain who was driving the truck at the time of the incident, says he cannot talk right now, but I'll meet you later. Please leave. You can't be here right now. And Andy, all due respect, brother, you gotta be better at your job. This guy's clearly fearful for his fucking life. Call in backup.
Yeah, I was like, dang, Andy, come on, man. You are way too trusting as a police officer. I don't know. You gotta have a little bit more skepticism, I feel like.
Well, and if you are trusting this guy, face value, just look in his fucking eyes. This guy's scared shitless. He's about to be harmed brutally in some fashion. I don't know, call in backup, do something. But
weird Lynchian kind of, I don't know, the him just, you gotta go, and then him just walking slowly back in, and then it just staying on that door.
And we get the payoff for that a little later. Yeah.
So it's
that's what I love about his style, being able to go, this image, doesn't this image strike a chord for you? Okay, we're gonna go away from that, but when we come back to it, you'll remember it.
Oh yeah.
And that's so good, dude.
It's just a white door, in just one section of the house, but it's so clearly in my mind right now. It closed and then it opened back. I don't know whenever we returned. It's insane that just a doorway. That's all it is. We didn't even go into it. It's the same, just kind of wide shot of it from the outside, and that's it.
Right.
But yeah, he's. It's weird. It's his horror or his. That sense is just, it's so different from all the traditional kind of horror or whenever you're supposed to feel unsettled, but he just does it so well. But yeah, poor Andy, just okay, I'll meet you at 4:30 down the road. Remember, a little bit past
road, all right.
Yeah,
4:30. I'll see you then. It's yeah, I'll see you then. Okay.
Damn.
But we'll head to the sheriff's station once more, where Frank calls Doc Hayward and asks him if he has Skype. He goes, "Yes, sir. I diagnosed this lady's eczema. Never even left my couch." He goes ahead and pulls out the sick monitor.
Bro.
I love that it raises straight out of the desk. That's sick.
With the little wood lever, on that he has to rotate.
The little joystick. Yeah, I fucking love it.
Oh yeah.
So clean. And Doc Hayward's Skype tag is Middlebury Doc, which I don't know what that, but I love it. He calls Doc Hayward, who's off fishing. And it is Warren Frost back as Doc Hayward, which is nice, and clearly another one of those situations where it's we're going to try to get you in any way we can. Okay, you can Skype in. Perfect. Let's do that.
Yep. Perfect.
And Doc recalls that he brought Cooper into the hospital because he was, quote, acting strange. And an hour later, he saw Cooper leaving intensive care, fully dressed, and he saw that strange face again.
Yeah.
I think he saw Bob.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he saw Bob.
Yes, he's. I thought. I think I was in the headspace of only certain people can see Bob, the Palmer family, because they were infected by, or people who have been infected by him or touched by him. But I think I don't know. I think after this, it is more of a peer through. It just if Bob is peering through or peeking through.
Yeah, well, and there's also we're also in new territory, I feel too, with this evil Coop. Like, it's not the same thing as what Leland had going on. It is like an entirely manufactured entity. So there is the possibility that before that's what it was, and now it could be that he's actually there. You know, so it's a different bag. But he ponders whether Cooper was checking in on Audrey Horne, who was still comatose after the bank explosion.
I knew she wasn't fucking dead. You know, no shot.
She can't be dead.
Die,
she can't be dead.
You know, no. So but I guess comatose isn't. Yes, it isn't alive necessarily.
No, it's not. But no, I was more getting at the fact that it is Evil Coop who came out of there.
Yeah.
So if Evil Coop is going to check in on Audrey Horne,
oh yeah, that's not a sign of good faith. Actually, it's
that's
not
a sign of good anything. Actually, especially when we know who Bob is and what Bob likes to get down with.
Because I feel like there was it here in this scene of like, and I can only imagine what he did, or like, no, I don't know what I'm remembering, but like it gave me the idea of like, oh shit, yeah, that wasn't I don't know, but I don't think it was this. I don't know what else I'm remembering, but
was it Diane later on?
Yes, maybe, yes, okay. Of that night, the last night they met, and if it was not the Coop I know, and if this Mr. C came out and knowing what his reputation is, what he did to Diane to make her so afraid or whatever.
It was in your home. Do you know what you did? Do you remember? Who are you? Yeah.
So
no, not a good man. Not a good man. New Evil Coop. I mean, it is in the name, but
So yeah, I hope I didn't think of Audrey. In that camp. So yeah, this Ish.
Just an implication right now, but not a good one when you connect dots like that, especially given that it is Evil Coop and knowing Audrey was in a coma. Not good stuff. But we'll head to Buckhorn, South Dakota, where Lieutenant Cynthia Knox meets with Detective Mackley. Initially treating the discovery of the prints as another by-the-books case, she is shocked to learn that Major Briggs's prints were actually lifted from a body. They head to the morgue where Constance Talbot shows her the body, which she notes belonged to a man in his late 40s and died 5 or 6 days ago. Lieutenant Knox calls Colonel Davis about this development, who points out that Major Briggs would have to be in his 70s if he died 5 or 6 days ago. And there's a shot here that oh my God, I get chills just thinking about it because I fucking love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but while she's talking about it, the figure appears behind her and starts walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
And whenever, like, not coming into focus until it's like really near, and then she like feels him and looks at him, freaks me the fuck out. Everything with this dude geeks me out. I have no idea what he is.
She seems to be aware of him.
She knows that he's there. She sees him,
not frightened. Just like, oh, okay, I'll move on.
It's a curious thing because she's not reading into it. He doesn't strike inherent fear in anybody.
Yeah,
it's strange. But like the fact that he doesn't come into focus for so long and he is just a black blob in the background coming towards for a while. That's the shot specifically I really, really love.
Yeah. He does walk by the doorway after, and it's just a background thing.
Peek in,
just walks by. That's it. No, and it feels like these people or the military. I don't know what branch is this. The Pentagon,
I don't know,
or whoever they are. I guess
they were operating out of the Pentagon, but
Blue Rose branch. I feel like if I can name them anything, but they know. Like I feel like they have read what Garland was up to, or like they're in the same world and know that there is more going on, and I feel like that like maybe they know of these entities, or like they know of the waiting room and the lodges, and like this guy is they know it's not Bob. They know it's not like, I don't know, maybe it's like, okay, we're on the right track. Like if I see this person.
I read this as it's so innocuous to them that she's not reading into it at all. Like she's not, the guy's not rushing her. He's not doing anything. He's just a guy walking down a hallway. And yeah, he looks weird, which is why she looks at him. But she can't strictly be like, there's something wrong or something bad. So I took it more as like, she has no clue what he is, but she doesn't, like, almost like a dream. Like, you see it, makes an impact, you wake up and you don't remember it was there.
Yes.
Like, it felt like it was almost like something she did notice, did lock in on, went, what the fuck is that? And then the second she looked away, she forgot.
I feel
there's also a great Doctor Who bit that's in a similar vein there that I love, but I won't bring that up. That's a different thing.
The army, I don't know whatever position she has, like the
lieutenant.
Yes, lieutenant. Thank you. The lieutenant seems that like she's the only one out of those people there that would have even seen him in the first place. Like I don't think the doctor or the regular policeman, I don't think they would have seen him. So it feels like she might not have a clue as to who or what that figure truly is, but I think like maybe because she's just in this world more, she's aware of the beyond a little more than these other people, that she sees him because like she's just in this dream realm, actually more like her brain is actually thinking of it, in which the doctor and other officer
detective isn't okay.
Never would have thought of that as a possibility. But yeah, it's
I see.
I don't know. I feel like that it's more of showing her connection to this realm. But yeah, not the same as in a Coop or Dougie connection.
No.
But just that she's involved in it, or she's in.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting part too. Is that's what's making me go. Because we have seen the figure once before, and it was in the holding cells of the Buckhorn jail. Right? Yeah, with Shaggy. Yeah. So, which is directly related to the case of Garland Briggs. He's this figure's surrounding that. Is surrounding that specifically. The murder of Garland Briggs, as it were.
Yes. Yeah, just checking in.
So
making sure that
walking on by.
Well,
that's the thing, is like you can't even, there's nothing you can glean from this fucking guy because he just walks down the fucking hall. It's a really good moment. But when Lieutenant Knox walks back into the morgue, she says, you didn't hear this from me, but this is not going to be your investigation for much longer. It's heading to the FBI. We'll then go with Albert to that FBI, where he reports to Gordon. He could not get a word in to Diane about Cooper before she cursed him out. And Gordon and Albert are like, well, it's time for me to give it a shot. And they go to her place, where they meet with Diane and a younger man at her apartment, where she coldly receives them. Fuck you, Gordon. And Gordon explains that, and he's like, oh, you got the personal treatment. Oh, you want the personal treatment? Fuck you too, Albert. Gordon explains that they need Diane to come to South Dakota to identify the imprisoned Cooper. I never even got this far. As they suspect something is wrong with him. Diane's like, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't have coffee, and I don't have cigarettes. As she's coffee in hand, puffing.
Quit asking. Yeah.
And then she, she does eventually. She's like, all right, I'll get you your coffee. Fuck you guys, but all right, whatever. We know how important the coffee is.
Yeah, she's coming back in. She's slowly reemerging into the fold. You like to see it. She can't resist the urge. But they'll head to South Dakota, where Tammy shows Gordon and Albert her analysis of the imprisoned Cooper's prints. Though they are a match, someone at the prison had to reverse the prints to get it. Not only does the Cooper in prison say the backwards word Yurev, but his prints are also backwards. Yeah. And they make sure that they mention that Gordon didn't miss that. That is something Gordon noticed whenever he said it. it's you're very nice to see you.
Yeah.
The second word, Yurev, the second finger. It's the spiritual finger. What? You think on that.
Yeah, think on that, Tammy. And she's like, what the fuck? She's like, wait, what just happened? And I guess I'm a little confused on this reverse of the fingerprint thing. Like they're a match, but someone they just reverse the image on there, or like they were,
yes. It is making the case that Coop's fingerprints are backwards. Like they're not an exact match as Coop's 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Mr. C's are backwards, and whoever took the image noticed that, and probably, in my opinion, likely was just like, oh, that's weird, and flipped it. Like, didn't think much of it, just decided, the other way is the way they match.
That's like how, if you're taking someone's fingerprints, how do you even know that they're backwards in the first place? You don't, unless you have the one to refer, like, to good Coop, or like to, it feels like...
Oh, that's true.
It feels like to me that they just came off of Mr. C's hands naturally backwards. Like, his fingerprints are literally backwards. And then, I guess I don't know why there's like a prison. Like, it feels like Tammy was the one to compare to old Coop's fingerprints. And then it's like, oh, well, they are the same, but they are backwards, or like that. That's weird. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a little lost as this reversal thing. And because it feels, at least I thought it was like a literal reverse. And that his fingerprints literally
and I do believe it is.
Yeah. And that they are confused. They think, oh, well, obviously it has to be real Coop's fingerprints, but for some reason the prison people reversed them.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I guess that's I don't know. Why they, I guess, because why would they think that there is a perfect match to Coop's fingerprints, but just backwards? Yeah, it's just like it's some weird prison mistake, I feel like, is maybe the reason they're reversed or why they think that they're reversed.
Yeah, that would be my guess, is that like right now it's just kind of a query. It doesn't really make sense to them why someone would do that, or why that would give them the result they got, but it actually is just his backwards fingerprints, maybe.
Yes. And
I think that tracks for me, but it's the spiritual finger. You think on that.
And that was it the ring finger? It was the
it was the left ring finger.
Yeah. The left. Okay. I mean, I guess that's I don't know. I'm thinking on it. I'm still thinking on that one. Very
it ties directly to the heart.
Yeah. What was the first thing he said when he was going finger by finger? Like,
he said exactly what Coop said. It's very, very nice to see you again, my friend. 10 words, 10 fingers. And the second one was the one where he fucked up the word and said it backwards, which I think he's making the case is that the spiritual word gave away the game. You're very nice to see you again, my friend.
Yes. It's like he's talking in code, or their FBI code or something. I don't know. But he fucked it up, So he's like, oh, yeah, you wouldn't have fucked up the FBI code, and why the fuck are you saying a word backwards?
So something's off. So he's the spiritual finger. You think on that. I just love his delivery there. But Diane arrives at the prison where she meets with the doppelganger. Diane asks if he remembers the last night they saw each other, which the doppelganger correctly states was at her house. She pretty abundantly, given him now and given what happened that night, is like, you are not him.
Yep. Oh yeah, confident, very much so. But
who are you?
Afraid,
she asks.
But very like I feel like she knows it's not good Coop, but she has seen this evil Coop before. Like I think, and that like I don't want to, because maybe the night they're referring to was good Coop, and it was just a falling out they had, like just a regular falling out. I don't know.
Yeah, because he does state it was at her house, kind of like a guess.
Mm-hmm. So,
or like he's putting pieces, like connecting memories that he are like in his brain. He's like, it was at your house,
but then he
also just kind of talks like that.
Forget that night. He's like, I would never forget that night, and it's
which
like,
is what makes me go, yeah, you did something really nasty, didn't you?
Yeah, and so that means evil Coop has been doing things well before our Coop got to Twin Peaks. This was way back in the day, and so it's like a right?
Not strictly. Diane doesn't stop existing when Coop goes into the lodge. Like Diane's still a real like.
But Diane and Coop's relationship, that's a long-lasting relationship. That was well before Laura's murder. And well
established before Laura's murder, and there's no reason that it would end after either.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because he was sending her voice memos doesn't mean that she was like unreachable. It actually implies the opposite, that they were still in touch. They were still in contact. So I think the last time they saw each other was after.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Okay. I was very wrong on the timeline, actually. I thought that for some reason they had their falling out well before Laura's murder, but
and
no.
I know exactly why you thought that, because we watched all of Twin Peaks going, is Diane even real? Is he trying to reach out to someone he's fallen out with?
Yes.
But yeah, they are definitely, it'll be a fun rewatch experience for you whenever you go back and you watch this and he's just talking to Laura Dern. Like he is like, she is actually receiving these voice memos. She is actually sending him stuff. So Diane and Coop's relationship, their fallout happens after evil Coop.
That's so much better,
emerges.
Actually. I like that because I thought that it was evil Coop peering through or like getting through somehow before. I don't know. Yeah, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, but no, this makes so much more sense, and I like it much more. That everything was good.
I'm glad we could work through that. Yeah,
everything was good.
That's
with
good.
Coop. Yeah. Okay. I'm chilled there, but
yeah, she's like, so you're not, that motherfucker back there is not real. Diane becomes emotional and shuts down the meeting very quickly. And I gotta say again, Kyle MacLachlan, dude, like, his performance as Mr. C is genuinely fucking chilling. Like him being able to sit there and just peer through somebody's goddamn soul like that is so good.
Nothing in those eyes. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, nothing.
Like and then you go to Dougie, and there's truly not a lot of light behind those eyes either. But like you see a life there still. I don't know. It's like
there's something
his
in
eyes
there.
are so different. Like it's just It's clearly why it's starring Kyle MacLachlan and then everyone else. I mean, this dude, it's like it's just his show. It's it's hard to not go with him. But I feel like I got to go with Laura Dern.
Laura Dern's too good, dude.
And a true nod I can give Diane. Maybe I don't know about double for the character, but at least performance. I'm going with her this week. I like
that. This will be my scene. I'm gonna give it my scene just because the concept of, once again, Laura Dern and Kyle MacLachlan getting a chance to act across from one another with David Lynch directing. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's just the good stuff right there. I'm gonna be a sucker for it. And they do an incredible job in an incredible scene. And it looks great. I love how Laura Dern really is the shining light. I'm going to go ahead and give her the performance as well. Again, just because Kyle MacLachlan, you could almost go with him any given episode and it would be fine. So it's just kind of implied that Kyle MacLachlan is a good choice, but we'll try to spread the love where we can. And I agree. I think we do have to go with Laura Dern this week. But on their way out, Gordon tells Warden Murphy to keep Cooper imprisoned until he hears from the FBI. Outside the prison, Diane pulls Gordon aside, and she's like, there's something wrong, and it's not just time. It's not just that I haven't seen him in a while. That is not Dale Cooper. That's not Dale Cooper. And Gordon asks her what happened when she and Cooper last met, which she states she will tell him about some other time.
Another, okay, well, I need Diane to come back yet again. I need more. I need this conversation to happen. And yeah, I need, now, makes a lot more sense that it is a post during this 25-year gap.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'd imagine that, like, she thinks it is good Coop, and he's playing that off like the whole time until it's to the point of whenever Mr. C takes over, and I don't want to know what happens. But yeah, so it oh my god, yeah, I keep wishing for this 25-year gap to be revealed, but then it's like it's probably just a lot of rape and just bad things,
murder,
like,
and bad
so
stuff
like I
going
don't,
on.
Maybe it's okay.
They have
to hear
one
about
picture of
passing.
him. They have one picture of him in the last 25 years.
Oh no!
A single picture of him in the last 25 years, and it's at his fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Where he's just walking by a pool. Incredible stuff. But
I don't know, that it made me I don't know why it was like a funny kind of picture, like just to see him just fucking.
Because I think it's funny that there's like, I think it's funny that these photos that they show in the show are like kind of oddly photoshopped. Like they're not particularly well done, which is it's a super funny detail that I wonder is just kind of like is it an in joke? You know, like, is it kind of just, we do this because it's kind of funny?
The Andy and
Andy, Lucy, and
picture.
Wally Brando.
Yeah, like that one. The original Coop picture that was like against the red curtains or whatever was like, well, I mean, yes, it is a picture of him, but like it was one that our camera took, the viewer's camera took, which was kind of funny, and not an actual whatever. And then this one that we got of Mr. C was like, I don't know. It looked kind of like a meme picture like it looked like I don't know, like it just Photoshop, just like, but no, yeah, I don't. It is just kind of like a funny, like it is their version of humor. I feel like it is just kind of like, fuck it, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. I love the. This stuff. Is the only surviving or the only known picture of Mr. C in 25 years. But, yeah, he's
fucking kills me, man. But as the doppelganger is led back to his cell, he tells a guard to tell Warden Murphy he needs a meeting with him in his office, quote, about a strawberry.
Yeah.
We'll head back to Twin Peaks briefly, where Andy waits at the meeting place for the farmer, who is over half an hour late. Unbeknownst to him, the farmer's truck is still at his house with his door wide open. His informant a no-show. Andy leaves. Damn. And again, no confirmation as to what happened. Nope. Just look at the door. Now it's open. And it's staying open. That's never a good thing. Just really, really good stuff. Really, I love it. But we'll head to that meeting with the warden here for the doppelganger, who threatens him with a gun. Warden Murphy does anyway. The doppelganger informs him about the dog legs. One was in his trunk. The other 3 were sent out to people who could pose a threat to Warden Murphy if anything bad were to happen to him. When Murphy asks the doppelganger how he knows about this, he names Joe McCluskey. Murphy immediately puts down the gun and goes, "What do you want?" And I love just all this implied history.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. We never find out what the fuck any of this means. It's just enough to get him to let him go, and that's all it is. Joe McCluskey.
It wasn't in a trunk. In Shaggy's trunk, wasn't there a dog foot or like a dog leg in there?
That was in his trunk. It was in the doppelgangers. This is what we found in his trunk. They showed that to David Lynch, and they showed it to Gordon and Albert.
In the crashed whenever it was in that trunk.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought in Shaggy's trunk there was like a cooler that they got off?
There
The guy's
was, and then
flashlight
underneath it
wasn't
was like that
working?
fleshy. There was like that fleshy, weird
Oh, so it wasn't a dog
mass.
okay.
It wasn't the dog leg. It was something weird, but it was not his. It was not a dog leg.
Okay. Okay. So
The
yeah.
dog had 4 legs. I love that. That's how he starts it. He's like, "You found one of them in my trunk."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just again, Kyle MacLachlan's the shit. But yeah, Joe McCluskey. He's like, "Oh God, what do you want?" And the doppelganger requests a car for himself and Ray Monroe, with a quote friend in the glove compartment.
Okay. Why are you being vague about? Why are you being vague about details here? You know,
just give me a gun. Yeah, like
But okay, I guess what else could that mean? I don't know. It just kind of is. It's more eerie to put.
He
it
like
that
opens
way.
him up and it's like a stuffed animal or something. He's like, "You wanted a friend."
It was strawberry, Mr. Strawberry. I gave you my strawberry plushie.
I gave you Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah. I don't. It feels like I don't know. I felt like it was all this personal stuff. It could just be to strike fear in him, and this is just to let him go. But yeah, the Mr. Strawberry. It felt like it was just like the warden's kid or some. I don't know. Like it felt like just someone very close to the warden. But yeah, not much to go off of here other than like Ray coming back. I remember like it was Ray and the like blonde girl that Mr. C killed.
That he killed,
right? Yeah, and originally at first coming out of that cabin or whatever. And then Ray, I remember the sit down that they had at the diner of like, yeah, you need this information. It is important. I'm going to give it to you. Is that before or after the killing of the blonde girl?
That's before. Okay.
Yeah. But it I don't know why it felt like Ray was I don't know, like on
trying to betray him.
Yeah. And then now it's like, oh no, now he's back and just riding off with him.
I think Mr. C knows that, but Ray doesn't know he knows that.
Yeah, but
that's kind of the impression I'm under.
So Ray was just at this prison, like he.
Yeah, Ray was locked up too.
Already locked up because of like he tried to get weapons past the border or whatever, and then he got locked up and.
Yeah, that's something that she tells him right before she dies. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So was this arrest, accidental, or was it?
Right. Or is this right where he wants to be?
It's so weird that they were both at the same prison and like they're both just leaving together now, because like it is in Mr. C's plan to very much be like, no, I need him to come with me too. So yeah, it is. I don't know. The Ray was like the wild card of like, what the fuck does that mean? Or like what
Ray? What the fuck you need Ray for, man? Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming Ray does provide a means to an end. I have to imagine, because it doesn't seem like Mr. C needs an awful lot of people.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how to. He just need, Ray's. He's just gonna tell him, all right, I'm going off to do this. I need you to take this car and blah, or I don't know, or just do a task for me. Is kind of what I feel like it is, or he, I don't know how to read Ray. But it was like a guy I thought was out of the show. I thought he was just like gone, for.
Right.
Like, and then he's like,
and there's a lot of those people who will just pop up once and you'll never see him again. But Ray, not one of them. Ray is in it for a while anyway.
Okay.
But he says that he tells Warden Murphy that he will never see him again, and no one will ever hear anything more about Joe McCluskey or Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah. Okay. Joe McCluskey, the name that instantly struck fear and was like, all right, fuck it, whatever you want. You just go.
This guy did something bad to Joe McCluskey is my expectation. But as Janie E. waits outside the office, Cooper scribbles on his desk while Anthony Sinclair tries to find out what he was talking to Bushnell Mullins about. Super funny scene. Yeah. So what are you doing? What's up? What's going on there? And Cooper's like, scribbles. And it's then that a group of 3 detectives come in to ask him about Dougie's car.
Yeah.
just as Janie, and I love the way that they were, the receptionist came in and it was like, there's 3 cops here for you. And Anthony's like, oh, cops, I forgot. I got something somewhere else. And then Coop says, she waves him on and he in turn waves her on. And she's like, oh, you want them to come in here? Okay. And a group of 3 detectives come in to ask him about Dougie's car just as Janie E comes in to retrieve him. And Janie E ends up holding the bulk of the conversation for Cooper. The detectives explain the car was involved in an explosion that killed some members of a car theft gang. And Janie E's like, well, then what the fuck are you asking questions about? It sounds like you figured it out. Jesus. The detectives are like, all right, yeah, damn.
All right. Shit.
My bad.
Fuck. Whatever. Like, all right. Yeah, I love.
Damn, you didn't have to make me feel like a fucking idiot, Janie.
Janie just puts everyone in their place. The loan sharks, just sat them down, and then
the ops. She's got it down. Janie is a bad motherfucker.
Who is this? A comedian,
David Koechner.
Yeah.
He was an anchorman and all that. He was Champ Kind. Yeah.
Okay.
Whammy. Yeah.
He just strolls in. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? It's like, it's weird just seeing people like that. I know, like it's not back in, I don't know, like we are in present day here. Pretty like this.
The detectives Fusco.
Ago. Yeah. So it's like every time someone new pops up and it is like just a recent working actor, I'm like, wait, what the? It just feels so weird.
I recognize that person. What the fuck? Yeah, no, I get that. And I love that they're the detectives Fusco, which means they're brothers. They're all Detective Fusco, which is really, really good. And one of them only laughs, which is funny.
Yeah, that was a weird exit or a weird. I don't know. It was left a weird. I don't know.
Yeah, not the last time we see the detectives Fusco. I'll promise you that they're in the show a little bit more. But we do have the ring that was found in Garland Briggs' stomach about Dougie Jones or for Dougie from Janie E. Now we know that there are detectives who have directly spoken to them. So yeah, we'll come back to that for sure. But as the couple leave the building, Janie E. tells Cooper that she settled the gambling debt and notes that they will be using his jackpot money for Sonny Jim. It is then that Ike the Spike suddenly approaches them with a gun. And you're like, oh yeah, this fucking guy.
Yep.
Cooper immediately springs to action, grabbing Ike's arm and sending it to the ground where it harmlessly fires off a shot into the pavement. He then karate chops Ike's neck while Janie E. chokes the would-be assassin. The evolution of the arm appears to Cooper, insisting, squeeze his hand off. Squeeze his hand off.
What?
Can he just do that?
He can do that? Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what does that mean? I mean, he obviously is operating under ultra instinct mode right here. Like, he's just doing.
Yeah, this is old FBI agent stuff in his head. This isn't superpowers. Yeah.
And so, but to be like squeeze his hand off. Yeah, is like, okay. Is Super Coop. Into action, I feel. So yeah, this but him appearing there
and anyways. I didn't catch this. The breakdown says that Cooper squeezed Ike's hand so hard that a piece of skin sticks to the gun.
Yes. Yeah. Like the police afterwards. There's a crime scene. It's not like in that moment, but they come back and they literally peel off
that's right. Okay. I
didn't
remember it in that moment. I remember that later. Okay. Yeah. No, he squeezed his hand off a little bit.
I mean, I guess, I guess in some sense, I guess he did. I thought it was more of like a entire.
Yeah, he meant, I think he meant pinch his wrist until his hand falls off, basically, is kind of what I took it to mean.
But damn.
But, rough go of it for Ike the Spike. Badass Coop is back.
Yup.
At least briefly.
Janie E was even like, holy shit. She was like, wait.
Janie E's like, damn, let's go home and fuck right now.
That is, oh man. The adrenaline rush after that would be fucking
Gotta be insane. Gotta be insane. But before, with another karate chop, Ike painfully retreats. Various witnesses are interviewed about the incident, all expressing disbelief at Dougie Jones's actions. They're like, he was like a fucking superhero. What the fuck just happened? That's when Janie E being like, and he just karate chopped him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's so fucking funny, dude. I love it.
Like, it
I
sounded
love
fake,
the
but she's telling
portrayal.
the truth. Like, she was
She
actually,
is.
no, like that's actually what happened. It doesn't seem real, but it's like, nah, he legitimately karate chopped the fuck out of him and then just pinned him down. Like it, I mean, it. Man,
I love the portrayal of Janie E by Naomi Watts because she seems like such a the show is obviously so full of absurd characters that are like very Lynchian and very strange. She is actually one of the most normal characters in the show, and that you've met Janie E. You know, like there are a lot of Janie E's out there, and she is just performing that to a fucking T. And most of them are moms who drive a minivan. You know what I'm saying? Like that is Janie E. They've got a kid at home that they will do anything for. But yeah, Janie, I love Naomi Watts, so I had to bring that up. But nearby, a forensic investigator removes a piece of skin from the gun. We'll head then to the Great Northern Hotel, where Ben Horn and Beverly Page try to find out where a mysterious humming sound is coming from.
Yeah.
They walk back and forth in the room with a very flirtatious air. Beverly, I know you've got problems at home. You can do better than Ben Horn. You are an absolute fucking smoke show.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I know he's rich, I guess, and he's like your boss,
and he's charming.
And,
he is charming. You know, he's gotten a lot better. Yes, he's a much better man.
But nah, Beverly,
Beverly's fine, dude.
Damn.
Holy shit.
But yeah,
they try to find out where a mysterious humming is coming from. They walk back and forth, and it seems like it's coming from the other side of the room every time they reach it. And he's like, you know what, just go ahead and make sure that maintenance checks it out tomorrow. And that's when Beverly gives him an old Great Northern key that came in the mail. And he's like, damn, we switched to cards like 20 years ago. Room 315. That's the room where Dale Cooper was shot. Beverly's like, who the fuck are those people? Who's Cooper? What's Laura Palmer? Who's the murder of what? And Ben's like, whoa, man. Yeah. A long story. One that doesn't paint me in the best light, so I'm never going to tell it to you.
Yeah, but this hum, I don't know. This it feels like when Coop got shot, you know, maybe he died for an instant there, and like Josie went into the doorknob or drawer pull.
Right.
Coop.
Is there an essence left behind?
Yeah, I don't know. This because it was ringing, and then it went in. It was almost going to go into the wall, which I thought, you know, wherever that wooden bowl device turned into nugget thing. If it's that, you know, is it this wall? Was it here?
That's in Argentina.
Yeah, but then so not that, but it almost is like resembling it a little bit. Like it's almost
right. It does make a similar. Well, the electrical humming, the kind of electrical ticking that we've been hearing, it is a familiar noise, and it happens whenever the mysterious man walks down the hall. Earlier, that was something I forgot to point out too, is that the electric hum follows him.
Yes, there's always, and in the where Coop was at first, like when he went into saw that woman with like no eyes and all the electrical panels and just it's like there's all of these technical sounds. The cigarette lighter, and him coming out of an outlet. It's very like it's all just connected through electricity. Like they can just travel through it. It's a pathway for them to travel.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But Beverly leaves the Great Northern for home, where she meets with her sick husband Tom, and briefly before that, Tom's caretaker Marge. And Tom is suspicious about her recent whereabouts. You know, like, where were you? Why were you late? Were you fucking Ben?
Damn.
And Beverly's like, no, I wasn't. I was working, which I have to do because we're lucky. I got this job and we can live and da 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 da. And yeah.
Damn.
So problems at home for Beverly and Tom. Not a lot of good going on there. But we'll go to the Roadhouse, where after all the customers have left, a man sweeps the floor while Jean-Michel Renaud tends to the bar as Booker T's and the MG's Green Onions plays. Renaud receives a call about 2 prostitutes he sent to a customer, only to learn that the prostitutes were 15 years old. He denies any responsibility for wrongdoing as they had valid IDs and he can't be held responsible. This is the fucking Roadhouse, baby. It's been owned by the Renaults for 50 fucking years. You can't stop us now.
Damn.
Yeah, so Renaults are up to their same old shit.
Yep. And didn't care. You still owe me, or he still owes me for 2. By the way, even knowing this information, not that. Nope, we'll sweep it under the rug and forget about it. No, actually, I still provided a service to you guys, and you need to pay me. That's like, why? Yeah, it's like, damn, this is wild. And like the actor looks and sounds so much like the previous one. Like, is is this the same guy, or is this a completely different actor that's playing
this Renault actor is the same as Jacques.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just the literal same guy.
It's the same guy. Yeah, it is literally the same actor. It is a different character. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, this I wonder how much it is like a
Yeah, in universe, whenever you have doppelganger stuff, it's hard to look past the fact that you have the same actor playing 2 speaking roles.
Yes.
Because there are, every once in a while, you'll see a little cameo where somebody plays a different, like earlier in The Other Place, whenever we saw the actress who played Ronette, and she's credited as the American Girl, or whatever. Like, we can speculate whether or not she's actually playing Ronette. We're not sure. But they don't credit her as Ronette, so it is kind of like this interesting, what's the duality thing that they always play with in Twin Peaks when there's 2 of everything. It's hard to look past, but,
it's just these,
Jean-Michel,
these
prostituting some young girls. Yep.
Cyclic beings, like feels like I don't know, like that history will repeat itself. You can change it. Things can be done to change it, but if nothing is done, it will repeat as it did before. So I don't know. And now that there's more Black Lodge, there's more room for the jocks and the evil, whoever, Dick, I think that's his name. At least it's Richard, I think, actually, but I remember him as Dick because he's a dick. Like, all these evil people are just able to do it so much easier because of the Black Lodge seeping through. But yeah, this is the fact that it's the same. I don't know. The same actor is I don't think that's like a. I think there is a doppelganger.
Definitely not a coinkadink.
Something
Definitely
there.
not a coinkadink. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. But we'll head straight to a doppelganger of Mr. C there. Makes his exit from the prison with Ray Monroe as Warden Murphy watches on. Then we'll head to the Double R Diner where late at night Heidi and Shelley serve customers while Norma goes through some paperwork. A man runs in and asks if anyone has seen Billy. Everyone looks around. Nobody's seen Billy, and he leaves.
Billy.
This is the first mention of Billy. Billy has not been in the show. You have not seen Billy. You have not met Billy. There is no reason for you to know who Billy is. Yep, don't want you to be confused because I certainly was the first time I watched this. I was like, who the fuck is Billy?
Wait, should I know where Billy is? I'm like,
you should not know who Billy is. You should not know where he is. You don't know shit about Billy. I will say this is also not the last time Billy will be mentioned. So make sure you remember that we don't know where Billy is.
Good old Billy. We'll find you, Billy. It doesn't seem that it's going to be good though, from the looks of it. But yeah, I love the long uncut shots here of like at the Roadhouse. Like the sweeping was like a solid 2 minutes before the phone actually rang, and then here, like Billy runs in or makes that the kind of thing, and then we just sit here. At the Double R, and like you just see Shelley working, like you just see like I want this like 2 hours long for like the double R like ambience,
Right.
Yeah, and just hearing
just that,
and just having some like Peaks music, back there too. Maybe I think there was, I don't know, some song playing. Like,
there was an Angelo. There was a little tune. There was a little ditty.
I love
a little ditty going.
Yeah, not an ending or performance like the other endings that we've got.
Not usual. And so, I think it is to emphasize that last little.
Yes, he's out.
The obscurity of it. Where's Billy? Has anybody seen Billy?
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody goes back to normal and just exists. And it's like, yeah. My theory at the moment is that Billy is the farmer who the door was left open on.
Yes.
Now, that character never gets a name. We do not know what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's no real reason for me to believe it's Billy besides that. And Billy is also not that important of a character by any stretch of the imagination. But it is a little through line that at some point Billy will be brought back up and you'll kind of be like, why the fuck are we talking about Billy?
Yeah, it seemed that it was, I guess I thought it was a father kind of looking for his kid, maybe, or like, has anyone seen Billy? Like
and it very well could be. Younger. It very well could be.
It could be, I don't know why. I thought Billy.
I'm just going off context clues,
entity, but yeah,
given we do see that someone kind of goes missing, like is supposed to appear somewhere, doesn't show up.
That's true.
We don't see them. We don't see what happens to them. So that's where I'm kind of like, it could be Billy. I don't know. Could be Billy. But and that concludes the episode, and the credits roll. And unfortunately, this one is one that is in loving memory of Warren Frost, the gentleman who played Doc Hayward. Passed between production and the airing of the show in February of 2017. The father of Mark Frost, co-creator of the show.
Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Miguel Ferrer, the gentleman who plays Albert, died between production and airing of the show. Catherine Coulson, obviously, we brought that up a couple of times. Warren Frost. There was a few there. Harry Dean Stanton passed away shortly after the airing of the show. It was so real sad. But Warren Frost left behind quite the legacy with Doc Hayward, one of the most lovable characters in the show. So we love him. But that concludes the episode of Twin Peaks. And what a goodie it was! I've been hyping up an episode for a few weeks now. Where I've said within the next few weeks, it's next week.
7.
Part 8 is one that I'm going to inform you.
We're on 7. Yes, that's right.
We're on 7. Next week's
8.
Part 8.
Okay.
I need an uninterruptible hour. Like an hour where nothing can come up. There's nothing that's going to happen. I need you in the dead of night. I need it pitch black in the room.
Oh yeah.
I need the volume cranked up a little bit louder than normal. I need you to be experiencing this on a level that you haven't tried to experience a Twin Peaks episode before.
Woo. Yeah.
And given the way we leave this episode, you're like, what the fuck could possibly happen next week that's that important? And you can never ever in a million years conceptualize what next week is. So like,
okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's a goodie. It's a goodie.
I love the cliffhanger of that. It is just like Mr. C is at large. He's out of prison. And here you go. And
we're back. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I will make sure, the darkest it can be. I never put my blinds down ever for my plants, but I'll even block out the outside light that's coming in. I'm locking it.
Yep. Get it dork in there. Get it dork. Really, really soak it in. But I'll do the plugs and then I'll sign off here. We've got a couple other podcasts. We've got a movie podcast called The Cinementalists. CINEMENTALISTS. And right now we are in the throes of something we are calling Nostalgia November. It is a great deal of fun. We've been loving doing it. Last week we covered robots, and this Friday we are covering The Great Gatsby, the 2012 version with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. I'm very, very excited for that. That was my pick. And I'm excited to discuss why I chose it and then discuss the movie at large. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great episode on the way there. So that'll be this Friday, The Great Gatsby, on the Cinementalists. And next week, obviously, we'll be back with part 8. It is also Thanksgiving week, which is when we are going to be celebrating with a live commentary, which we do every year for our movie podcast. And this year it is Fantastic Mr. Fox. So that is, we also do Geek With Me, a nerd shit podcast. We don't have anything specifically on the docket, but I don't know, maybe we try to get something seasonal in there again, maybe some sort of Thanksgiving feast, dream blunt rotation sort of vibe, but it's like who you want at the Thanksgiving dinner table or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah. Who you're most thankful
I've literally have never
in the
posed
comic world.
posed an idea like that until just now. So throwing that at Joseph live here on FirePod with me. But yeah, so those are the other two shows, Geek With Me and The Cinementalists. Check them out. Leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. This show is far and away our most successful. It consistently performs the best, and we appreciate every single one of you who's listening, tuning in, and downloading. Y'all are real as fuck. I love that you love Twin Peaks. Hit me up on TikTok. Look up Colton Robertson. You'll find me there. And that's where I'm engaging with people mostly. It's been a lot of fun, and next week is one that I'm specifically excited to engage with people about. So I'm definitely going to post something over there about, give me your thoughts on part 8. What the fuck do you think is happening? That sort of vibe. It's a lot of fun. So I look forward to that next week, part 8, and I will leave us with the words that you've heard a couple times, but is now the tagline for next week's episode. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, buddy.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, got a light?
Ooh.